All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
Good evening. Happy 4th of July. Hopefully you guys are out having some beers, watching some fireworks, and enjoying the hot weather because I feel like it's hot everywhere. I got some word that it's like 100, feels like 115 back in Jersey. Well, I'm here in Florida right now, and it's like 90. Not that I'm saying 90 is not hot, but Northeast is getting a little hot right now. So if you're up there, I hope you guys are staying dry and getting some AC, but enjoying the weather while it is there. Nonetheless, we are here with one more day of Showdown to talk about. We have round 4 of the John Deere Classic. We are in great position tomorrow with Lee Hodges 135-1, tied for the lead. Hopefully we can bring it back to back like we had Victor last week, and hopefully Lee can bring it home for us. But nonetheless, we're here to talk Showdown, not week-long stuff. So looking at the rounds of the day, we saw Rick shoot 8 under, EVR 7, Doug Gim, Chandler Phillips, Matt Kuchar, and that's it. All shot 6 under or better. So very, very on brand with what we are seeing this week. I'm not going to go through stat by stat, but it's crazy how much around the green is leading to success in a given day. We have very rarely seen the guy shoot the round of the day like lose even 0.4 strokes around the green. A lot of times, a lot of rounds, like we'll have guys just stripe accuracy, putting just with the week around the green day for a nice round. But no, like it's really on brand with this around the green this week. And when I looked at the key stats for the week, and if you remember the Monday show, we talked about how important around the green could potentially be for the week. And it is really coming to success. I think the last 7 winners here have all gained over 8 games short game for the week. So short game is so important around John Deere, around TPC Deere Run with the drivable par 4s, with the par 5s that are reachable. You got to be able to get it up and down in those regards. And we're seeing the guys do that. So stat wise for tomorrow, we're definitely going to be looking at obviously the accuracy and approach, but you have to be doing something around the green. You have to be showing me you're able to gain around the green. Looking at the weather for tomorrow, there is some potential. I got to redo the weather. Hold on. I gotta research in windy. TPC Deer Run. Bang. All right. Looking at the weather for tomorrow, we have some potential weather 3 p.m. tomorrow. So the comments just tweeted out all of the guys are going out around 12, I think 12:30 Central Time. So that should be, let's see, tee times for Sunday round 4. This is 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So what's that? 11:30 Central Time? Yeah, 11:30 Central Time. So the guys are going out 12:30 to avoid in threes. Are they going off 2 tees too? No, they're getting off 1 tee in threes to avoid this potential weather. So with that being said, I think everybody is going to get a fairly even wave split. I think everyone's going to get a fairly even chance to score. And the weather is pretty the same from morning to when the weather comes in. So I don't really think there's going to be too much of a wave split. Looking at the wave split for today, we've had a bad wave split week in terms of like guessing the wave split. Usually we're pretty solid with that. Okay, we said there was going to be not much. There really wasn't much. And if anything, the better players went out in the afternoon. So I guess the afternoon, even though they were off split tees in threes. So not much to go right there. So I think it's going to be similar vibes for tomorrow. But in terms of what we're looking for in terms of stat wise, like I mentioned, accuracy, approach around the green. But I do think this is a week where we're going to look for guys outside the top 20, even outside the top 30. You post that 62, that 61, which is, we know it's out here on this golf course. Like, what did Sepp Straka do when he won? Did he win with that like 59 or 60 a few years back? Just you can score around TPC Deer Run. It's not new, and everyone knows this. So you can come out, post a score, and if we're doing that, if we're finding guys who are going out in that T30 to T25 range, make 9 birdies and backdoor a T3, you're getting the birdie points and you're getting the finishing position points. So that's going to be huge for round 4 Showdown. So looking at the contest selection for tomorrow, we're going to go with this $100 single entry, different from what we've been doing. 222 entrants. First place pays $3K, and that 310% is all the way at 18th place. So I really, really like that structure. So that is how many people get paid out. 47 divided by 222 equals 21% of the field gets paid out. I like to stay in the 22 to 25%. So not the greatest in terms of field getting paid out, but I love this structure right here. PGA Tour Showdown 20K long drive. Get to that site. We saw Matt Kuchar was a sleeper. You didn't have to click his name. He was just in here, sleeper. You didn't have to do any research. He was also in the slate plan. We also had Doug Game in the slate plan. So it was a nice bounce back day in terms of the showdown. You can get all of that content right here at the slate station. It is not up yet because the core report is I'm going to do it after this podcast. This will be up filled out with my core, my tier rankings of each field, or sorry, of each individual pricing tier. We have the weather for tomorrow, a little slate breakdown. I did write something in already. It's basically what I'm talking about right now about the backdoor top 10ing. So get to the site. You can go right here, this top left corner, join the nation, use that code BOOTS, get you a free week. If you want every single sport, you're going to go to all access plus optimizer, get you NBA. I know there's no NBA right now. MLB, MMA, NASCAR. The guys are crushing it. You just want the golf, single sport, PGA plus optimizer, so you can get that Saber sim. Now we're going to take a look at the stats, take a look at what everyone's doing, and find some golfers. Let's really key in on this T19 to T37 range and find some golfers who can potentially backdoor something. Tom Kim. I love this profile from Tom Kim. He is 9 under on the week, T27. He's gaining 4 strokes on approach. Wait, no. Is he losing? Yeah, he's getting 4 strokes on approach. Yeah, that is approach. There we go. 4.975 strokes on approach, gaining 0.3 around the green, and about even on the greens. So he's so even in the short game. We know Tom Kim has a nice short game. He's striping it to oblivion. If he finds anything on or around the green, he can have a nuke round in round 4. Love that Tom Kim profile. Staying away from these guys who have not proven to gain anything around the green. I like this profile a lot, though. Stefan Jaeger. Gaining on approach and around the green. He's losing strokes putting, but it's not the worst profile in the world. Only 1.18 strokes putting. Are these cumulative? Yes. Only 1.18 strokes putting. So it's not the end of the world with Jaeger's profile. I do like that right there. Tyler Duncan, he had a tough round today, but he's doing kind of what we need him to do. He's gaining in all 4 categories. Approach is the biggest one, and the around the green is there. Did he lose strokes around the green today? He definitely probably had a bad putting day too. So he lost a little bit around the green. Tyler Duncan was in one of the final groups. I don't want him there. I want Tyler Duncan right now. I much better like that profile. Who's this profile? Aaron Wise losing 2.10 strokes off the tee, but I'm not too concerned with off the tee this week. As long as you're in play, like we've seen guys score from the rough around the green, approach, gaining a full stroke there. Like that profile. Max Homa. 12 under. I mean, he's going to go out with no pressure. We saw him play well here again this year and last year. He's currently in a tie for 8th. Love the profile that he brings to the table. Who else from this top 40 range can backdoor something? Obviously, that's why the profiles are a little bit weaker down here because they're playing worse golf. But right here, Austin Eckroat, we kind of avoided him in round 2 and 3, but he's building it back up. He had to have had a nice stat line in round 3 to get to this profile. He's generally pretty accurate off the tee. He's gaining a half stroke on approach, and he's about even in the short game, but he's showing me good signs around the green. I like that profile from Austin Eckroat. Now let's get to the one golfer that we're on. Who is a golfer that I think is going to play really well tomorrow? Who's a golfer that's going to be in my slate plan? And who's a golfer that I think could nuke the slate with the stats we were looking for? That is our guy. Not really our guy. I'm not going to claim him. I don't know why I said that. It is a guy who plays well in Birdie Fest, a guy who loves a positional golf course, a guy who's won in France. France just won a World Cup match, so correlation there, obviously. Ryo Hisatsune. Ryo Hisatsune is currently in a tie for 8th, I believe. He is in a tie for 8th right here. 12 under, shot a 2 under round today, but he was kind of there. Looking at his stat line, he finished with made 6 on 17. So Ryo Hisatsune gaining strokes in all 4 categories, and I love this profile from Rio. He's not necessarily always a complete golfer, but he generally strives accuracy and approach. He's not hitting it the most accurate this week, but he's hitting his irons really great. The around the green play is there, and I just love him on this style of golf courses to go out and play fearless. Maybe the course plays a little wet after that weather we saw in the afternoon today. So Rio Hisatane is the one golfer that I am on for tomorrow. Feel free to tail it. Feel free to fade it. Before we get out of here, the song of the day. As always, we're going to go with Skyline by Era. Very fun band, very fun song. Check it out. Let me know what you think. As always, let's ship it. I will catch you guys on Monday, and let's go Lee Hodges.